Today we are going to start a fresh lesson, new lesson, right? So, before going to start that lesson, I will ask you some questions. Okay? In that, mm do you like movies? Yes, you like, I know that. Okay? In that movies, what scenes will be? Yeah, songs will be there, scenes will be there, right? And yeah, fight scenes will be there. Do you interested in fights? Obviously, I know that, right? Yeah, why fight scene will be? So many movies, not only one movie, so many movie. We'll see if we take an example of Bahubali, right? If you take an example of Gautami Putra Shatakarni, right? So many movies. If you see that kind of movies, normal movies also, fights will be compulsory, right? Why fight will be? Why war will happens there? Yeah, normally heroes' properties or lands will occupied by the villain, and to take revenge and to occupy again that lands, to own that lands, hero will come and fight with the villain, right? So this is the thing happens normally. Okay, so in that way, here the same about wars today we are going to discuss, right? The lesson name is When People Rebel. When People Rebel, 1857 and after. Okay, that is our lesson today. Fifth lesson of history, and in that module 1. Okay, so here children, just I will give you a brief introduction about that. Normally India struggled a lot, that we know. Okay, from ancient period onwards we are seeing the history in the different levels. Ancient period, after medieval period also, after so many invasions, right? India struggled a lot, and after that again, after declining of the Mughals, immediately Britishers entered in the name of trade, right? So from that time onwards India is struggling because some others are coming to our land and they are ruling us, right? For that reason India is struggling a lot. Okay, so to avoid that struggle, to avoid that struggle, they started to rebel. Okay, so here we are discussing that rebellion. When people rebel, 1857 and after. Okay, in that the subtopics are policy and the people, Nawabs lose their power, and the peasants and the sepoys, responses to reforms. These are the 4 subtopics of today's topic. Okay, this is belongs to the module 1. Okay children, I will show you some slides. Children, see the slides. The topics already I said. Lesson name is When People Rebel, 1857 and after. In that subtopics, today we are going to discuss about 4 subtopics. In that, first one is policies and the people. So policies and the people, actually in the previous chapters also you looked at the policies of the East India Company, right? So many different policies they introduced, they implemented, right? They ruled the people with their own policies. Okay, so here the company and the effect they had on different people. Okay, so kings, queens, peasants, landlords, tribals, soldiers were all affected in different ways. Okay, so you have also seen how people resist policies and actions that harm their interests or go against their sentiments. In different ways people struggled. So means different ways people struggled by different policies, right? That policies were implemented by the Britishers. Understand children? Okay, so next, in that the next subtopic, Nawabs lose their power. In that, here already in the first lesson we discussed Nawabs and Rajas, how they subjugated the Nawabs and Rajas in that period, right? So here also the same thing, same concept again. Nawabs lose their power. Since the mid 18th century, Nawabs and Rajas had seen their power erode. They had gradually lost their authority and honor. Residents had been stationed in many courts. The freedom of the rulers reduced. Their armed forces disbanded and their revenues and territories taken away by stages. Here, children, you can understand easily how they lost their power. Gradually, slowly, Britishers occupied the areas and they started to dominate the Indian kings and rulers, right? So like that, they lost their power. And many ruling families tried to negotiate with the company to protect their interests. For example, here one example I will tell you, children. Rani Lakshmi Bai, you know, right? Jhansi ki Rani. She is, right? So she wanted the company to recognize her adopted son as heir to the kingdom after the death of her husband, because they don't have any heirs in that period. Okay, so they adopted one child. They want to recognize, the company should recognize her adopted son as their heir. Nana Sahib, the adopted son of Peshwa Bajirao II, the time in that area Peshwas were ruling. So Bajirao Peshwa is there. Bajirao Peshwa Bajirao is 2, and pleaded the given his father's pension when the latter died. However, the company, confident of its superiority and military powers, turned down these pleas. They don't want to accept the things, either in Nana Sahib case also or in the Lakshmi Bai's case also. They don't want to accept the things. And one more thing here, Awas was one of the last territories to be annexed. In the year of 1801, a subsidiary alliance was imposed on Awadh, and in 1856 it was taken over again. Means duration nearly 55 years here. Governor General Dalhousie declared that the territory was being misgoverned and British rule was needed to ensure proper administration over there. Okay, so the company even began to plan how to bring the Mughal dynasty to an end. They started to plan for that. Their different strategies they started to implement. Okay, the name of the Mughal king was removed from the coins minted by the company. In the year of 1849, Governor General Dalhousie announced that after the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar, the family of the king would be shifted out of the Red Fort and given another place in Delhi to reside in. Means here we can understand one thing clearly. They don't want to continue the kingship of that family. Okay, for that reason they shifted that Bahadur Shah's family after the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar. They shifted their family to the another place out of the Red Fort in the year of 1856. The Governor General Canning decided that Bahadur Shah Zafar would be the last Mughal king, and after his death none of his descendants would be recognized as kings. They would just be called princes. That's it. Here, children, I think you understand clearly. They shifted their family, and one more thing, they are not at all called as the Mughal dynasty. Okay, just they called as princes. Means here they are not at all having any ruling power in that area. It's clear, right? So that Bahadur Shah Zafar will be considered as the last Mughal king. Okay, so like this they planned and they implemented, they taken away the power from that family. Understood, children? Next, the next subtopic, the peasants and the sepoys. So after seeing all these kind of things, the people become rebel, right? In the countryside also, peasants and zamindars resented the high taxes and the rigid methods of revenue collection. Means here, people struggled a lot to pay the taxes to the government. Okay, means that tax collection methods also very rigid methods. For that reason, people fed up with these kind of things. Many failed to pay back their loans to the money lenders and gradually lost the lands they had tilled for generations. Right? So, the Indian sepoys in the employ of the company also had reasons for discontent. They were unhappy about their pay, allowances, and conditions of service. Means here we can consider the working hours, right? That working methods and method of payment for them, like wages, right? So that kind of things, they are very unhappy at that moment. Some of the new rules, moreover, violated their religious sensibilities and beliefs also. So this is very delicate issue, which was we can consider as a sensibility and beliefs. So did you know that in those days many people in the country believed that if they crossed the sea, they would lose their religion and caste? Like that it was there. The time if anyone wants to cross the sea, they can lose their religion and caste. Okay, so when in the year of 1824, the sepoys were told to go to Burma by the sea route to fight for the company. They refused to follow the order because already the company said if anyone crossed the sea, then they would lose their religion and caste. For that reason, sepoys told to go to Burma, but they refused to go. Okay, so here, though they agreed to go by the land route, but even though they need to accept the rules of the government because they are ruling, they are giving salaries, they are giving payments to them. For that reason, they should accept their words. For that reason, they agreed to go by the land route to fight for the company. They were severely punished, and since the issue did not die down, in the year of 1856, the company passed a new law which stated that every new person who took up employment in the company's army had to agree to serve overseas if required. So this is also one of the twist, one of the litigation they kept, right? So sepoys also reacted to what was happening in the countryside. Many of them were peasants and had families living in the villages. So the anger of the peasants quickly spread among the sepoys. Because most of the people are living in the rural areas, to work in the company only, they shifted to the cities. For that reason, they want to know what is happening in the countryside exactly. For that reason here, many of the peasants had families are living in the villages only. So the anger of the peasants quickly spread among the sepoys. Okay. So next we'll go to the next topic, responses to reforms. So based on this, peasants angered and sepoys also got refused to work. So means they fed up with all the things. For that reason here one more thing is the British believed that Indian society had to be reformed. They thought Indian society should change. Still they are following old traditions, old patterns for everything. For that reason they thought Indian society had to be reformed. It should be changed. Laws were passed to stop the practice of sati and to encourage the remarriage of widows. Here I will tell you one thing, children. Sati tradition and remarriage of the widows, actually in our society from olden days also this sati tradition was there. I think you know what is sati tradition. Sati tradition means whenever any lady lost her husband, with her husband, that lady also should be sacrifice her life. That is called as sati tradition. Okay, for that, and one more thing is remarriage of widows. That time in the olden days, normally in our Indian tradition, girls will get married in the very early age, and whenever they lost their husbands, they have to lead their life like that only, as a widow completely. They should not come out, they have to wear white clothes, right? They should not eat normal food, whatever the normal people are having, like that. Some difficult traditions they used to follow at that moment. Okay, so the company has to change this kind of traditions in our society. English language education was actively promoted because their local language is English. For that reason, all Indians, they want to learn, they want to make them to learn English language. After the year of 1830, the company allowed Christian missionaries to function freely in its domain and even own land and property. In 1850, a new law was passed to make conversion to Christianity easier. This law allowed an Indian who had converted to Christianity to inherit the property of his ancestors. This one more thing, right? Many Indians began to feel that the British were destroying their religion, their social customs, and their traditional way of life. Here, Indians felt very bad because from long period onwards, they are following their traditions, their customs, their religion as it is. But after coming the Britishers, after entering into the Britishers, the company has to change all these things. For that reason, Indians felt very bad and at the same time sad. They felt Britishers are destroying their religion. Okay, so there were a curse of other Indians who wanted to change existing social practices, right? So these are these things about the reforms. Means here some good also there, and at the same time some bad things also there from our point of view, right? Good means we can say that sati tradition and widow remarriages. Okay, we have to change that things because those are very bad at that time, right? And next one more thing, English language. Okay, we can learn other languages also, that is also good change. But here changing religions, and there means here Indians felt these are the sensible things which they are destroying in their social life, their normal life they are destroying, like that Indians felt. Who? The company, means the Britishers. Okay, so Indians felt bad on that. Children, let me show you one slide here that is showing sati tradition in our Hindu society, Indian society. I said already, they used to follow the sati tradition in India. If any lady lost her husband, with her husband she needs to sacrifice her life also at the same moment. Okay, so that is called a sati movement, that is sati tradition. So here in this picture you can see that thing. Okay, clearly you can observe the things, how they are doing, how they are following the tradition as it is, right? I will give you brief explanation once again on the subtopics. Here the first one is policy and the people. Here policies are implemented by the British government. Through that policies, how Indians struggled, right? How they felt bad and what kind of problems they faced, that all the things we can consider, right? From first lesson onwards we are studying about that things only, means how they affected in the social, economical, political aspects in India. Okay, and how they subjugated Rajas and Nawabs, how they subjugated all the different factors in India, right? That all the things will come under the policies and the people. And here one more thing is Nawabs lost their power. Here already we discussed in the first lesson only about this topic, how Nawabs and Rajas subjugated, right? Slowly how Britishers entered in India, how slowly, gradually they occupied and they started to dominate, right? So after that, how slowly that Nawabs and Rajas lost their power, lost their honor. Okay, and for that I said example also, that Bahadur Shah Zafar. After the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar, they shifted their family to the out of the court. Okay, out of the Red Fort. And one more interested thing in that issue is they did not called, they will not be considered as the dynasty. Okay, they will be considered as just princess, right? So this is the best example how our rulers lost their importance, right children? And next here the peasants and the sepoys. Here also from third lesson we learned that indigo crop, right? How cultivators struggled, how farmers struggled in that aspect, right? And how their effect on sepoys. Most of the sepoys also used to live in their villages with their families, right? And after that, if they want to work for the company as an army, they want to shift to the towns. Okay, so that time they want to know exactly what happened in the countryside. For that reason, about peasants problems, how they are facing problems while paying the taxes to the company. Okay, and how the methods are very critical to collection of the tax. And for the sepoys also, their working hours, working methods, right, and their wages, paying methods, those are very different at that time. Okay, means they made it as critical, right? For that reason, they fed up all that things. They got angry on the British government. And one more example I said you, right? I have given you. That is actually they fought for the company with Burma. So they need to cross the sea route. That time also they felt bad, because if any person crossed the sea route, they would change their religion. Okay, for that reason, many soldiers, many sepoys refused to cross that sea, but they accepted to go by the roadway, right? In that Jhansi Lakshmi Bai's situation also, Nana Sahib movement also, Nana Sahib problem also, all these things are the examples for the Britishers behavior, Britishers mentality, how they created struggle for Indians, right? How they created problems to our Indians. Okay, so these are based on all these things. Indians are fed up. Okay, they started rebellion finally. Okay, and here one more thing, the reforms. That is a good thing actually. They want to change our society. They want to change our some old traditions. That is good only. Those are the inevitable changes in our society. But in that also, some things are very bad, right? And because of that things, Indians felt they are destroying our traditions, our customs, our society, our religion. Like that, Indians felt. In that area also, Britishers failed to change our society, right? So these all the things will be considered and caused to the rebellion, right children? I hope you understand the concept. Okay, so now the time for the task. I know you are waiting for eagerly for that, right? So today I am giving you the task. I said about Sati tradition, right? So in that Sati tradition, actually after Britishers also, so many persons fought for our society to change that kind of traditions, for widow marriages, for Sati tradition, right? They want to change our society. Okay, some social reformers are there in our society. So collect the information about that social reformers and come to the next class.